this is one of the most significant guitar pedals of all time.
Yeah.
Which I have absolutely no idea what it is.
Okay, so if, like I said, it's a make gooder.
Yeah.
Make gooder.
A make gooder. Hiya, welcome to the Distorted Trumpet Show, another episode. My name's Phil.
I'm JJ.
And we are on our continuing mission to discover the world of guitar pedals through the lens of a trumpet compared to a guitar. Teach me a thing or two and see what sounds best, and generally have a laugh with a load of pedals. So,
Alright, no messing around.
what have you got in store today?
So, I'm really interested to see if you know what this is.
Oh, okay.
Because this will allow me to gauge, I want to see what your reaction is. That'll allow me to gauge your knowledge of guitar pedals. Because this is one of the most significant pedals that has ever existed.
No pressure then.
No pressure. No, but if you don't understand it, then
Yeah.
what's in the guitar case? And he's got no idea. Which is great. What's that?
It's one of them.
It's one of them. Okay.
So, this is one of the most significant guitar pedals of all time.
Yeah.
Which I have absolutely no idea what it is.
Okay, so if I said KLON, what would that mean to you?
I've heard of the word. I can't put it in a
KLON
context.
Centaur. That mean anything to you?
No.
Okay.
Keep going.
Gives it. Right. So this is not a KLON Centaur. This is this is a copy.
Okay.
And it really is one of the most significant guitar pedals. It's certainly the most expensive.
Okay.
This is obviously not one of them. So
Right.
the classic one was created by a guy called Bill Finnegan in the early 90s. I think the first one was in production like 92, 93, something like that. He's a guy in Boston, and what he found was that all the guitar pedals out there, like a tube screamer, a rat, something like that, pushed his guitar into this kind of distortion land. And he didn't want that. He wanted more of this kind of slightly what they call edge of breakup. So the tubes in your amps are just going, so you've got a tiny bit of distortion. He just wanted more of that.
Okay.
So he created the KLON, and really it's called a transparent overdrive.
Right.
So that means it's not like heavily distorting, it's just nicely distorting.
Subtly there.
And what you find is that a lot of people will use a KLON as a make gooderer. It's just a pedal that's always on. So for example, not that I'm a model for it or anything, but I always have a KLON on as a boost.
Okay.
And it just pushes. It's not something that really, thrusts it into fuzz world or like really heavy distortion. It just moves it into a nicer territory. So this guy, Bill, he started building them. He designed this circuit. He knew what he was looking for, but he was just doing it on his own, just a guy in Boston.
Right.
He decided he needed some help, and he lived in Boston, so he went and found a friend who was a student at MIT, and they designed the circuit together. After a bit, and it took them like 2.5 years to sort of have a pedal that really worked.
Right.
And this guy had to move away, so we got another guy to help him out, and all the time he was building them on his kitchen sink.
Right.
But he'd done some kind of, and classically they look like this, but they're a big box. They're a big flat box. Right. And the Centaur, it's this horsey thing, right?
Yes, yeah.
So this one is the Mosky, what's it called? The Golden Horse.
Okay.
So they've all got a name a bit like that. Some of them are in exactly the same shape.
Right.
Some of them are silver. Some of them have got a pun on the horsey, the horseman, something like that.
Okay.
You kind of call them clones as well, like KLON, because it's a clone.
Right. Okay.
Clone with K.
Yeah.
So people started really liking them. You know, it's everybody who's used the KLON. There's my list of people. I've got it. It's gone. Everyone's used them, but he insisted on being quite guarded about how he made them. Okay. One of the things he did use was using germanium diodes as opposed to silicon diodes. We're not going to go into that because I don't understand it enough, and I don't think you give a hoot.
No.
And that gave it that sort of warm feeling without being distorted.
Right.
But he was very protective of his circuit. So what he'd do after he built them, he would get this goop and he would smear it over the back of the circuit board to stop people from copying them.
Oh wow.
And he made them from like 94 to like 2008 or something like that.
Right.
He made each one of them on his kitchen table. He never outsourced it or
By
made
hand.
any bigger. Yeah, by hand.
Wow.
With a mate or a couple of mates. They made a total of 8,000.
Yeah.
Guess, so when they came out, they were horrifically expensive for a guitar pedal.
Mm.
When they came out, they were about $350 for a
Right.
guitar pedal, which was crazy. You
Yeah.
know, most guitar pedals were like $60, $75, something like that. You know?
Right. Okay.
So in another world, have a guess about how much a standard KLON, because they're no longer made.
Yeah.
How much a standard KLON would cost you to buy now?
If there's only 8,000 made, and I would say a fortune. I mean,
yeah,
collector's items.
They are collector's items. So I think 5,000 is a good
I'm going
price.
to say a few grand. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good price.
So if you've got an original one of them at 8,000 on your board, then you're like
then you're laughing.
prestige territory.
Yeah. So he made them. He also made a KTR, which is kind of a simpler KLON.
Right.
And he was making them by hand. And now there are some being made, but you know, everybody knows about this magic golden box. It's a big chunky box.
Right.
And this is, I don't have a $5,000 pedal, but I've got this one, which is pretty close.
Cool.
Let's go on. So I think this is going to be really different to the fuzz. You know, the previous distortion pedal we had was a fuzz. This is a transparent, very subtle overdrive. I'm really interested to see how it is. Shall we stick it on the board?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Cool.
All right. Okay. So we've plugged in the KLON, well, the Mosky Golden Horsey.
Mosky Mule.
That's the fella. In terms of supply, the signal chain, not supply chain, running my old 99 Gibson SG, going through that, we're going through an ABY splitter, into that, directly into a Blackstar Amped 2, and into a Marshall 1x12 cab, which is in the room, and you're just hearing in the room sound. Do you want to twiddle the twaddles, or do you want me to twiddle the twaddles?
I'll twiddle the twaddles for you, and you twiddle the twaddles for me. Tell me when to...
It's too much. Turn the gain down, please. You want the gain sort of 9 o'clock. A little bit more gain, please. That's it. Just a tiny bit. Do you hear? It's just like...
It's just there.
It's just there.
Yeah.
It's just pushing. It's just pushing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's not.
No,
it's not
good.
really. It's this whole transparent overdrive edge of breakup.
Subtle, yeah, it's not like
if you play with fingers, and then when you play with, you can make it break up if you apply some dynamics. So the level is just a volume.
Yeah.
And then you've got a treble control, just an EQ. So that's how I use it, and that's how most people use it. I mean, you can go crazy and just put like a... But there are better pedals. If you want to have something that's heavily overdriven, it's not the pedal for it.
Right.
No, this is just edge of breakup. Like I said, it's a make gooderer.
Yeah.
Make gooderer.
A make gooderer. Nice.
That's it. That's the KLON.
Cool.
All right, you'll go.
Yeah. Why not?
What trumpet are you playing today?
So today, just for a change, I'm playing my black plastic pTrumpet high tech with metal valves. Dennis Wick heavy top 3 mouthpiece. I've nicked the valve caps off my Cannonball because they've got nice inlays and I like them.
And nice in-laws too.
And nice in-laws as well. My in-laws are very nice if you're watching. I have, so I use different mics when I'm gigging, but the difference with a clip-on mic is you hear a lot of the trumpet sound, whereas this mic, which is the Yamaha silent brass, is a mute and massively quiet, so what you hear is only the wet sound. So this is kind of perfect for this little setup, and then it's straight into the same gear as all of that. So
Clean tone. Okay. That's just a bit of reverb, just very standard of the road reverb. Let's whack it on.
hit it. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like
It's
really subtle and sort of,
It just adds. I mean, when you're distorting a signal, I mean, a fuzz adds loads and loads of like sub harmonics. Like other octaves in there.
Yeah.
And there's just all sorts of things going on. Like a subtle, clean distortion like this just changes the waveform a little bit, gives it more sustain, and for me, just gives it more character.
Yeah. It's gives it a little bit of an edge, doesn't
A bit
it?
of juice. So this is maximum gain.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
For me, that's it. That's what a KLON does. It just gives it more character.
Just
Delay.
yeah, my favourite.
Of course.
Yeah, that's nice. That I like it.
That's it. It's easy.
Impressed. Buy yourself one of these.
So, so how would you use it? I mean, so as a, let's say we were going back to the gig we did last week.
Yes.
How much did you use your because you've only at the minute on your pedal board.
Yes.
You've just got fuzz available, right? Did you use that at all much?
I didn't use the fuzz at all on that gig.
Yeah.
Purely because of the audio of the PA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had some PA problems.
Yeah.
Right?
So the fuzz got totally turned off.
Yeah.
However, now I've got the fuzz dialed into where I like it.
Yeah.
Assuming that I had a PA that was playing through that was man enough for the signal that I'm putting through it.
Yeah.
Or person enough, you know what I mean? Then it would it would get featured quite regularly.
Yeah.
If I'm playing something, like if I was playing some slow blues, I wouldn't go near it.
Yeah.
You know. But if there was like something a bit more upbeat, or you know, some of the dance stuff that we do, or some solo that I was doing, or whatever else, I would turn it on for part of all of that. I might
fuzz. You're talking about the fuzz right now.
The fuzz, yeah. And I mean, to be honest, this I might have this on just sort of subtly in the background most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably keep this on while I was using the wah as well.
Right.
And I love how it sounds through the delay. You know, it's like it's just sending it off into the distance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's it. That's
it's a winner.
Love it.
Winner, winner.
I mean, yeah.
Cool.
You gonna get one?
Yeah, I have a space on my. I have a space on my pedal board which needs to be filled, and I'm making a shopping list of the things that need to go on it. So this may well feature.
So I think, if I'm right, you can still buy this sort of replacement one, this KTR thing.
Right.
I believe you can still order them, but they're on like a 3-year waiting list.
Okay.
They're not expensive, like.
Right.
Expensive, right?
Yeah.
$400 or something.
Okay.
But they're not $5,000.
Yeah.
There are hundreds of different ones made by everybody, by JHS, by Wampler. All the big guys do one, as do all the Eastern manufacturers, such as this, which is like a $20, I think.
Right.
That is. Or, you know, just looking down at my real pedal board, which you can't see. Sorry about that. I've got a Helix HX Effects. I have an always on Minotaur, which is a Golden Horsey, in my effects loop, and I've also got the Boss OD 200, which has got a thing of it as well.
Yeah.
So,
Sweet.
All right, now go get one.
Good. I will.
All right.
Okay, that's it for another week. Thank you very much for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments. Join us on Reddit if you're not already, and
let us know what you want us to look at next.
Yeah, let us know any suggestions for pedals in the future, or if we've missed any secret settings, or not done it for what you think it should be used for, or anything like that. So anyway, thanks a lot. We will see you soon. Cheers.
Bye bye.